Hey, what's up, everybody? Benji Lewis here, just answering the question of the week, my little video blog or whatever. Um, what is your favorite snack growing up? Um, for me, this is probably really, really easy. So, um, it's like Hostess things, right? Hostess cupcakes, ding dongs, ho hos, Suzy Q's, all those kind of things. Now, if I have to pick two, I'm picking ding dongs and ho hos. So, man, I love those things. And so here's what I remember from that is that so I do remember that the words up the street, man, they always had, and I don't know who loved them, and I swear they never ate them except for Ryan Word. Which is funny because Ryan's like the skinny one of their whole family. Christian was skinny too, but Ryan was really, really skinny. And Jason was the bigger kid growing up. And I felt like Ryan Word was the only one that ate their Hostess cupcakes, and Jason never did. I just felt like, man, that seems unfair. But they would get like a pack from like Sam's Club. Like we didn't have a Costco at that point yet. We had Sam's Club from Walmart, and they would get this package, and it had, I don't know, it was like 50 or 60 maybe cupcakes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would tear through that thing. And I didn't really like Hostess cupcakes. I think they're too dry. But I remember thinking, oh man, that's so cool. But I also remember, so my mom found, or somebody found at church, that there was a Hostess like outlet store, where they would sell like, week old bread or day old bread or whatever it was. So it wasn't that you would go there and get like Hostess cupcakes or a Hostess, ho hos, and they were expired, but they were past the point where they would give them to retailers because probably retailers wouldn't take them because they'd say, hey, this only has a month left, or this only has 3 months left. I can't take that. And so you would go and get those, but that was fine because this is how we were growing up. We were the poor family. We were the first two kids. Kit and Katie, they probably just went to Price Chopper and got freaking big things of ho hos and treats or whatever they wanted. But what we would do is you would go there, you go to that store. It was only the retail packaging, all right? It was never like a box of ho hos or Twinkies or whatever it was. It was just the retails that had two of them in it, or if it was ho hos, you get three of them in it. But that's all it was just the retail packaging. So we go there, and they were like cheap. I don't even remember what they cost. But all I know is that mom and dad would let us get like a lot of them, like 20 of them, and we would put them in the freezer, right? And this is how crazy we were as kids, that this was such a treat and this was something that we looked forward to and we liked, is that we actually would, like, when we would eat one, we would go downstairs, get another one out of the freezer and put it in the little bread basket thing. We have one of those things that went up and down, and a little accordion door. And we would take those and we would replace them so that every day there might be another one in there. Now, we didn't eat one every day because we had to ask mom and dad if we could have one. And we get one once every 2 or 3 days, maybe. And so it would last for, let's say you had 20 of them. Those might last, well, Josh and I, well, we'd have to split them. We wouldn't get both. So 20 of them might last you 2 months, right? So it was great. But you always had this like stockpile of them. And so it was fabulous. And so I would say that was my favorite snack growing up. What do we have for snacks? I don't remember having a ton of snacks around. I think it was because that was an expensive food, snacks. Now, we would get some Little Debbie's as we got older. Like Josh loved Nutty Bars, Little Debbie's Nutty Bars. He loved peanut butter growing up, and it's just not my jam. And so we would have nutty bars. I think that's what they're called. Around, and Josh loved those things. But I don't know of anything else. Like, we never had, not never, we didn't have very often like a box of Hostess, a thing of Twinkies, probably because Josh and I would just plow through them. But it wasn't something that we just had around all the time. So I don't remember having a ton of snacks. I can remember coming in all the time going, man, I wish we had something to eat for snack. I remember thinking that a lot. And so what that probably meant was I wish we had something really sweet that was really good. Because mom and dad would say, make yourself a quick sandwich, make a peanut butter and jelly, make something. I'm like, I just want like cookies or a Hostess or a Little Debbie or something. Not to say we didn't have those around, we did, but I think it was never the ones that I wanted. I felt like I don't think anybody else liked the ones I wanted. The ones I want are like pure chocolate with whipped cream in them. They're just like straight bad for straight sugar. I feel like we had a lot of Nutter bars, Nutter, whatever those were that Josh liked. I feel like we had a lot of oatmeal cream pies. I think because Dad liked those. Um, but we're getting into a separate conversation about what snacks we had around. But my favorite, and my favorite still to this day, are Ding Dongs and Hostess. Like if Sierra or Jen goes to the grocery store and they pick up um, something, that if I say like, hey, grab me something sweet, there's nothing sweet around the house. They don't really have to say like, well, what would you like? No, they can just go, yeah, I'll get you something. And they'll grab Hostess, a little package of Hostess Ding Dongs, like 2 of those. And I'm like, oh man, that is perfect. Now, would I rather have like a really good cake, right? I made one time, and I love when people make it. My Aunt Marianne made it. My Aunt Kathy made it a lot, was um, I would call it like a Texas sheet cake, like a chocolate sheet cake with like a fudge icing on top. Woo! I don't know if it gets any better than that for me. Because the icing is really fudgy. It's really thick. The cake's thin. Man, those are really good. Would I take something like that? Would I take a German chocolate cake? Would I take homemade just about anything probably over a Hostess HoHo? But I'm talking about like in a pinch, what's your little snack? What's something if you're on a road trip, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get something sweet to keep me awake. Man, I'm getting a thing of HoHos, and a little drink of milk. That's what I'm gonna pound for the next, hour and a half. I'm gonna spread those out and not just. I won't like if I'm on a road trip. I'm not gonna pound those in 7 minutes. No, I'm gonna spread those out along with my milk. I don't want to take too long because I don't want the milk getting warm. But yeah, that's my jam. If I'm gonna say, what's your favorite snack? Hostess Ho-Hos. Number 2, really close. Hostess Ding Dongs. Man, I love those things. But again, those would be my favorite quick snack. Favorite, if I get a sweet treat of something, yeah, it's some homemade cake, some homemade cookies. My niece, Lila Vanagons, whoo, man, she can make some chocolate chip cookies. And I think her secret is simply that she makes them huge. Like she'll make a batch of cookies and it's like, she has to make a double batch because otherwise there's not very many cookies. I bet you she makes, instead of making 12 or 24, whatever a regular batch makes, she might come out with 8. But they're like, not the size of my hand, but man, they're the size of my palm. They're a good size cookie. And man, they are really good. So, of course, I want something like that. Some homemade dessert is always going to be better. But, so, this is a 9-minute answer on what my favorite snack is. But that's my favorite snack. But that's kind of the backstory as why, because growing up, that was such a treat. And I think it's just ingrained in my mind that little Hostess, retail package of those are just so good. It was just such a sweet treat then, and it still is to this day, and I still like it, especially with a, glass of milk or something. But yeah, that's a sweet treat. I don't have anything that I love, like salty, crunchy. It's just not my thing. I'm not gonna, Jen, ow, man. But Jen has, she has that salty tooth where I have the sweet tooth. She can get, if there's a bag of Lay's potato chips, especially just like, I think the plain salty ones are her favorite, maybe salt and vinegar. But those, she'll just want to sit down and not eat the whole bag, but eat half the bag for sure. Where if I have potato chips, I will have 12 of them with a sandwich. And that's all I want. I just want a little something crunchy while I'm having something at lunch, like a little side dish. Probably because growing up, and you have a sandwich in your lunchbox at school, and you have, peanut butter and jelly or bologna sandwich or turkey sandwich or ham sandwich and some chips. And so I think it's just what you do. You have some chips. Where Jen will think of that as a snack. I don't think of that as a snack. I think you're just sitting around eating. I just don't see the purpose of it. I don't like pretzels. No, thank you. Has anyone ever tried a pretzel and thought, is it good? It's not. I think all it is a carrier for salt. Like, there's nothing good about a pretzel. Crackers, not that impressive. I don't get it. There's nothing neat, nothing fun. Like, have you people had a cookie? Have you ever had a Hostess HoHo with some milk? Like, it's like a little bit of heaven. It's like people that are like, I don't ever have a Coca-Cola. I'm like, you know how many generations of people just like love to splurge for a Coca-Cola? You know how many people across the world would be like, man, to have a Coke, that would be awesome. Like, it's because they're really good. Oh, no, but I like sparkling water. F sparkling water. It's not good. It's just water. It's healthy. There's a difference. It's not good. It's just something that is bearable to you because it's healthy. Of course, I like water, but it's not the same as like having a really good cheeseburger with some good French fries and a Coca-Cola. That's a meal. If you have that same meal with water, it's a little bit off. It's a little bit not as fun. It's a little bit boring. So that's how I feel about chips and pretzels and people like salty things. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Like, chips, I just don't get it. But different strokes, different folks. For me, I want something chocolatey. I want something good. I want something caramely. I want, a Snickers, for God's sakes. Like, some people will get hey, I'm going to get a snack. Let me get a little thing of salt and vinegar chips. I'm like, man, that's not what I'm picking at the store. But there's a lot of chips there, so people are eating them. That's just not me. So, long answer to, I like a little Hostess HoHos. That's my jam. See ya.